Okay, class, let us all stand. Stacy, please lead us the prayer. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Angel of God, my guardian dear, to whom this love comes near. Ever this day be at my side, so let our God through and guide. Amen. A bright morning, class. I hope you all have a good morning too. How's your day? I hope you're okay because it is indeed a good and bright morning. Okay, do we have any absentees today? Giselle, kindly list down the names of absentees and give it to me later. Please align your chairs properly and pick up some pieces of paper under your chairs and table, and now sit down. Okay, before starting our discussion, just like the other day, if you want to answer, please raise your hand and don't shout if I'm going to say, am I clear, or do you understand what you're going to respond? Very good. Class, can you tell me what we discussed last week? Very good, Athena. Can you give me examples of these three elements? Yes, so no. Okay, that's a clever idea. Anyways, it's a lovely Monday and we are going to tackle a new topic, which is grouping materials based on its properties. Seems like difficult? Only the title of the topic is kind of complicated, but don't worry of that activity today. I'm sure you're going to love and enjoy it. Are you ready? Okay, based on your expressions, I bet you're all wondering, isn't it? Okay, let's get started. Class president, please disseminate this worksheet to your classmates individually. This activity is called classifying materials, and just like what you're seeing in front of you, we have different materials and objects here. We have basin half full of water, small objects such as we have stone, plastic spoon, silver teaspoon, 1 peso coin, aluminum can, and a wood. And what you're going to do is you're going to come here in front and perform the procedure. You're going to drop the object here, and according to the list, record the result of the third column by marking check on the appropriate box and predict what happens to the object when you're going to drop the object into the pail, and you're going to write the answer in the second column of the table below. After that, answer the following questions. Did you get it? Okay, I'll give you 10 minutes to answer that worksheet and pass in front. Okay, let's start. Did you enjoy the activity, class? Okay, what did you observe from the activity you just performed? Okay, why do you think so? Okay, very good observation, Kayla.
So, for you to understand further about the activity we just performed, we have here another instructional materials so that we could tackle more about the groupings of materials based on their properties. So, buoyancy refers to the upward force that a fluid such as water or air exerts on an object that is placed in it. The buoyant force depends on the weight of the fluid displaced by the object. If the object is denser than the fluid, it will sink because the weight of the object is greater than the buoyant force. If the object is less dense than the fluid, it will float because the buoyant force is greater than the weight of the object. So, for example, a plastic spoon on water. Because it is less dense than the water, the spoon displaces a certain amount of water and the buoyant force of the water on the spoon is greater than the weight of the cup. Similarly, a helium balloon floats in air because the balloon and the helium gas inside it are less dense than the surrounding of the air, and the buoyant force of the air on the balloon is greater than the weight of the balloon. On the other hand, density refers how closely packed together the particles of the substances are. For example, a piece of stone, a higher density than plastic spoon because the stone particles are packed more tightly together. So, here are the examples of the buoyant materials. A helium-filled balloon, a life jacket or life preserver, a foam pole noodle, a cork floating on water, a rubber duck in the bathtub, a beach ball floating in the pool, a buoy used in maritime navigation, a swim ring or inflatable tube, a floating boat, a plastic bottle filled with air and sealed. High-density objects examples are bookshelves, television, sofa, dining table, refrigerator, washing machine, wardrobe, piano, coffee table, and fireplace. So I have here examples of the buoyant and high-density objects in pictures. So can you name each of these? So what is this? This one? Very good. This one? Exactly. This one? And the last example for the high-density object is very good. This one, what is this? This one, very good. Another, this one. And the last example for the buoyant objects are very good. So, for your last activity, answer this worksheet to test if you really understand our discussion for today. So, read the instructions properly. So, identify the materials and put them on their specific location. Float if the object is buoyant and sink if the object can descend. So, I'll give you 5 minutes to answer this activity. Is the instruction clear, class? Now, very good. Start answering.
Okay, before going home, for your assignment, write this question on your notebook for you to have a assignment. Okay, so in 1/2 crosswise, imagine a world where there's no air to breathe, water to drink, and other materials to make us alive. Will be there be humans like us living? Will be there fishes that swim in our seas? So that's your assignment for today's discussion.
So it is almost time. Did you enjoy our discussion today?
Okay, that's good to hear. I'm happy that you didn't just learn lesson from our discussion today, but also I'm happy that you enjoyed at least from the activity. Okay, class, let's all stand up. Goodbye, class, and see you around.